expert at QuickCuppa. I'm Joey. I'm one of the product experts here in customer success Intuit Australia. And today we're joined by Tom. He is one of our senior product experts. Hi Tom, how are you?
Very good.
That's good. And today we'll be addressing some frequently asked what-if questions about Single Touch Payroll. So Tom, are you ready for the first question?
Yep.
Okay, so one of the frequently asked questions around the introduction of STP is what to do with terminated employees. So if a business has employees that needs to be terminated within the pay run, what do they do?
So if they're terminated in a pay run, all you need to do is go to the tick mark box that says is final and make sure that's ticked off.
Okay, so what about employees that have been terminated earlier in the year?
So in that event, you'll need to go to the update event screen and make sure that there is final is final box is ticked as well. Same as the pay runs.
So Tom, for employees who normally get their payment summary via email, and now that they have been terminated, how will they know where to get the payment summary?
So you can either complete the payment summaries like you used to in previous financial years, just by sending them the emails, or because of the STP changes, all the information that the ATO will need will be in those event updates. So you can just let them know to go to their MyGov account and all their information will be right there in front of them.
Perfect. Next question is, if the final pay run of the year overlaps into a new financial year, do we need to lodge two separate payments?
No, you do not. So you'll just need to do one. In that pay run, you'll just need to mark as is final, and that will be your last one for the financial year ending June 30. Any new ones will be for the next financial year, starting July 1.
So our customers want to know, does STP send gross or net earnings to ATO?
They will send the gross earnings.
So we have another question around casual workers. If a business only has casual workers who work occasionally and don't complete regular payroll, how do they lodge at the end of financial year?
So all they'll need to do is send an updated event, and in that event they'll need to mark as is final.
So now we're on the final question, and I'm glad our users have asked this because it's very important. And it is about closely held entities, so family members of family businesses, shareholders, directors, trustees, or beneficiaries who don't report STP regularly and draw an income. So how do they lodge it?
That is a great question and a tricky one. I actually have some guidance directly from the ATO website, so I'm just going to read that just to make sure there's no confusion. So according to the ATO, there are options available for closely held entities. Employers with 19 or less employees do not need to report closely held payees in 2019 to 2020. All other employees must be reported through STP from July 1, 2019 or deferred state if one has been granted. You'll be able to lodge payment summaries for closely held employees up to the due date of your 2019 income tax return. Your tax agent will know your due date. You will have the option to report closely held pays quarterly from 1 July 2020 after the exemption period. For closely held entities with more than 20 employees, they actually recommend visiting the ATO website for more information. So,
thank you. So Tom, thank you so much for joining us today. I've learned so much about Single Touch Payroll, and I would like to thank our QuickBooks Online users as well for sending us these questions, and we hope that we have addressed each one of them.
Absolutely. Yeah, thank you so much for asking all these questions. But if you have any additional ones, please feel free to ask them below, and look out for our next QuickCuppa videos coming to you live soon.